Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Learn and Earn. So, if you are preparing for your first job interview, in this video we will learn the most commonly asked more than 20 plus questions for freshers along with simple and professional answers of it. The guide will help you to answer confidently and improve your chances of getting hired within the organization for the open role. So let's start. First question, tell me about yourself or introduce yourself. Why the interviewer asked this question? This is one of the first questions asked in almost every interview. The interviewer wants to understand here about your background, education qualification, communication skills, your confidence and whether you are good fit for the open role or not. So in this is the detailed script. I will request you to watch my previous video also for tell me about yourself or introduce yourself. This script consists of about the candidate name, education qualification, currently where he is putting up from, what is native location and his interest also. So please go through the script, it will help you. Now the tips before going for interview and attending this particular question, introduce yourself. The most important part is maintain eye contact, speak clearly and confidently. Keep your introductions between max to max 1 to 2 minutes. Focus on your education qualification, skills and strengths. Practice your introductions multiple times before you attend the interview or face these particular questions. Now the next question, that is second. Why do you want to work for our company or organization? Why generally the interviewer asks this question? Whether you researched the company profile or not, if you are genuinely interested in the role or the organization, or whether you just applying for the multiple company and the role, whether your career goals align with company's objective or not, if you are likely to stay with the company and contribute to its success, whether you are motivated by learning, growth and making an impact. We can answer these questions like I am looking for an environment where I can learn from experienced professionals, improve my skills, and contribute to meaningful projects. I believe this company provides the right platform to start my career, and I am excited about the opportunity to grow while adding value to the organization. Now, tips to attend this question or to address this question, why do you want to join our company? Always research the company, about the company. Connect the company to your career goal, what company is doing and what you are looking for. Candidate needs to be very much specific, always shows enthusiasm or interest. Now, why should we hire you? Why interviewer ask this question? This is one of the most important interview question because the interviewer wants to know what make you the right candidate for the open role. This question helps the interviewer to know whether your skill matches with the job requirements or not. What make you different from the other candidates? How confident you are in the your abilities? Whether you are willing to learn and grow, and how can you contribute to the company's success? So in the simple way for freshers can I give answer like I believe I have the right combination of technical knowledge, a positive attitude and a strong willingness to learn. During my academic journey, I worked on projects that helped me to develop problem solving, teamwork and communication skills. I am a quick learner, adaptable to new environment and always eager to take new challenges. If I am given the opportunity, I will work with dedication, continuously improve my skill and contribute to the success of the organization. I may not have the industry experience yet, but I am confident I am in my ability to learn quickly and deliver my best. So let's try to understand that tip before addressing why should we hire you. Highlight your strength. Mention your skills and projects always in the detail. Always show the confidence and but requested not to show overconfidence. Focus on the company's benefits. Keep it short and relevant. So, next question is fourth. What are your strengths? Why generally interviewer ask this? So let's try to understand what you believe you are good at. Whether your strength matches with the job requirement. How self-aware and confident you are. Whether you can support your claims with example. For freshers, you don't need years of experience. You can talk about strengths demonstrated through your studies, project, internship, volunteering, or extracurricular activities. So here the freshers can give answer like one of my strengths is adaptability. During my final year project, I had to learn a new software tool within a week to complete my part of the project. I was able to learn it quickly and help my team to finish the project on time. I believe this ability will help me adapt quickly to your work environment too. Tips before addressing the question what are your strengths? Always choose 2 to 3 strengths that are relevant to the job. Give a short example to support your strengths. Always be honest. Don't mention strength you cannot demonstrate. Keep your answer between 45 to 90 minutes and end by connecting your strength to how they will help the role within the organization. What is your biggest weakness? Why an interviewer asked this question? Our level of self-awareness, whether you are honest about area of improvement, if you are actively working to improve yourself or not, whether your weakness is likely to affect your ability to do the job or not. Now, answer. The freshers can mention like I sometimes spend too much time checking my work because I want to be accurate. While this helped me to maintain quality, I realized it can affect my speed. To improve, I now set time limit for reviewing my work so I can balance accuracy of efficiency too. So weakness to avoid to be mentioned in interview. Never mention below weakness like I am lazy, I am always late, I don't like teamwork, I cannot handle pressure, I have poor communication skills because these are the negative weakness for any of the organization for any of the open role within the organization. Now, how to address what is your biggest weakness? So let's discuss few tips. Pick a real but manageable weakness. Explain what you are doing to improve it. And on a positive note by describing the progress you have made, what changes came into you. Keep your answer to maximum 1 minute. Avoid saying I have no weakness as it can come across as a lacking self-awareness. Now the sixth question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Why interviewer asked this question? Interviewer wants to know whether your career goal align with the company's opportunity or not. If you are likely to stay and grow with the organizations or not. Whether you are ambitious and motivated to develop your skills and if you have a realistic vision for your career or not. Now, the freshers can answer these questions. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like, my immediate goal is to learn as much as possible and build a strong foundation in my career. Over the next 5 years, I hope to develop my skills and the trust of my team and grow into a role where I can handle more responsibility and contribute to the company's success. Now, let's discuss the tip to answer or address this question where do you see yourself in 5 years? First, focus on learning and professional growth. Mention your desire to take on greater responsibility so that you want to contribute to the company's success and goals. Keep your goal realistic. Avoid saying you expect to become the CEO in 5 years or managerial level in 5 years? Keep your answers positive, conscious, around 1 minute. Let's discuss what mistake or avoid to say for this particular question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I want your job. I am not sure. I plan to leave and start my own business soon. I just want a high salary. I don't know where I will be in next 5 years. Now the seventh question. Why did you choose your course or degree? Let's discuss why interviewer asked this question. Interviewer here wants to know whether you have genuine interest in your studies field or not. If your career choice was thoughtful or just accidental. How your education background connect with the open role within the organization. Whether your skills and interest match with the position within the organization or not. So freshers can answer like I chose this course because I was interested in the field and wanted to build a strong foundation of knowledge and skills. During my studies, I learned both theoretical concept and the practical and technical skill through projects and assignments. This course helped me develop problem solving abilities and increased my interest in the industry. Now I want to apply my knowledge in the professional environment and continue my learnings. Now let's try to discuss the tips to address this question. Why did you choose your this degree course or degrees or bachelor's degrees? Always give a positive reason for choosing your course. Connect your degree with the job for which you have applied. Always mention skills you gained from your studies and show interest in learning and improving. Now also we need to avoid mentioning for this why did you choose this course. My parent chose it for me. I chose it because my friend chose it and I taken the course. I don't have any other option. Formula to remember. Tell us about your final year projects. Why interviewer asked this question? Because the interviewer wants to know your practical knowledge and ability to apply what you learned, your problem solving and technical skills, your role and contribution in the team while making the project, how well you can explain your work and idea, your ability to handle challenges and learn from the experience. Now the freshers can answer for the question. Tell us about your final year project like this. My final year project was student management system. The objective was to develop a system that helped manage student record effectively. I was responsible for designing the database and develop some module of the application. We used Java MySQL for development. During the project, we faced challenges in the database management and user interface design, which we solved through research and testing. The project improved my programming skills, teamwork, and understanding of real world software development. Let's discuss the tips to address this question. Tell us about your final year project. Know your project completely, detailed, and in depth. Be clear about your contribution, what contribution you have made, what is the team size, what exactly you have done. Keep your answer structured step by step. Be honest. Connect it with the job role. Now, we also need to avoid few things which should not be mentioned during the interview for questions like tell us about your final year project, giving a very long technical explanations, memorizing a complicated answers without understanding its background, take all credit for a team project, saying I don't remember about basic project details. Ninth question, explain challenging situation you faced. Why interviewer asked this question? How you handle pressure and a difficult situation. He wants to know your problem solving and decision making skills, your ability to learn from challenges, your attitude when facing the obstacles, and how you work with others during the difficult time. Freshers can answer like for the question, explain a challenging situation you faced. Here you can mention during my final year project, our team faced a challenge because we had a limited time to complete the project and some technical issues affected our progress. My responsibilities was to help resolve the issue and ensure that my assigned tasks were completed within the given time. I discussed the problem with my team members, researched possible solution, and divided the remaining work according to the everyone's strength. We successfully completed the project within the deadline, and this experience taught me the importance of teamwork, planning, and staying calm while solving the problem. So let's discuss the tip for question. Explain the challenging situation you faced. So always choose a real situation but avoid a very personal problems. Focus more on how you solve the problem, not just discussing the difficulty of the situation. Let's see what to be get avoided while answering this question. Saying I have never faced any challenge, blaming the other people for the problem, giving an example where you failed without explaining what you learned, and choose a challenge unrelated to your ability to work. Now the 10th question, what motivates you? Why interviewer asks this question? So here interviewer wants to know what drives you to perform well at work, whether your personal goal matches with the company's work environment, what keep you engaged and committed, whether you have positive attitude towards learning and growth or not. For a fresher, the interviewer usually wants to know if you are motivated by learning, taking responsibility, improving skills, and contributing to the organization. So here the freshers can answer for questions like what motivates you during the interview. Example, what motivates me most is the opportunity to learn new things and continuously improve my skills. As a fresher, I am excited to gain practical experience, develop my skills, and take on a new challenges. I feel motivated when my efforts create positive results. Whether it is completing a task successfully, solving a problem, or contributing to my team goals. I believe continuous learning and professional growth will help me to build a successful career. Now, tips to address this answer. What motivates you? Always mention motivations related to the job. Learning new skills, solving problems, achieving the goals, helping other people or teammates, team success, professional growth. Give a genuine answer with small example for each part if possible. So that your motivations is not only about salary. Connect your motivation with the company success too. Avoid mentioning like what motivates you for this. Money is my biggest motivation. I just want a stable job. My parents motivate me. Without connecting it to a career, I don't know. This is also not the right answer for the same. Now let's discuss 11th question. How do you handle the pressure? Why interviewer wants to know. Here are the few things interviewer wants to know is that how you perform in stressful situation, whether you can stay calm and focused when facing deadlines, your ability to prioritize the task and solve problems, whether you can maintain a positive attitude during the challenges, how well you adapt to face paced work environment. For a freshers, pressure handling skill can be explained through example of college project, exams, internship, or some team activities which you have performed. Freshers can answer for this question, how do you handle pressures? In such a way, I handle pressure by staying organized and focusing on the solution rather than the problem. I prioritize my task, manage my time effectively, and maintain clear communication within my team. Challenges help me to learn and improve my ability to perform in demanding situation. So here are the few tips to address how do you handle the process or pressure so that you do not panic under the pressure. Explain your method for handling those pressures. Always prioritizing the task, planning work, staying organized, asking for support whenever needed, communicating clearly. Give a real example from your college projects, internship, event management, team activity, and keep your answer positive and confident. Now, let's discuss what to be or what should be avoid mentioning for this question. How do you handle pressure? I never feel pressure. I work well only when there is no pressure. I get stressed easily. I avoid difficult situation. Now let's 12th question. Are you a team player? My interviewer wants to know. Let's discuss. How well you contribute with others. Your communication and coordination skills. How much is good. Whether you can support your teammates and handle the different opinion of every person. How you contribute to achieving common goal of the organization and the team. Whether you can work effectively in a team environment or not. Now the freshers can answer this question. Are you a team player? Example. Yes, I consider myself as a team player. I believe teamwork is important because different people bring different idea and skill to achieve a common goal. During my final year project, I worked with a team where we divided the responsibility based on each member's strengths. My role was to complete my assigned task on time, communicate progress with my teammates, and support others whenever they needed help. We successfully completed the project within the deadline. The experience taught me the importance of communication, cooperation, and respecting the different perspective or the team thought. Tips before addressing this question. Are you a team player? Always explain below few points like your role in the team, how you handle the other or help the other people or the teammate, how the team achieved the goal. Always highlight teamwork skills like communication, listening, cooperation, flexibility, and supporting the team members. And the next is so that you can both. You are okay to take the responsibility and accept and help and feedback too. Now, we should also always avoid mentioning during the interview for are you a team player. I prefer working alone because it is faster. Taking full credit for a team achievement. Saying only I am a team player without an example. Criticizing the team so it's not going to help anyone. Now next discuss 13th question. Have you ever taken a leadership role? Why an interviewer wants to know. Let's discuss. Your ability to take responsibility and ownership, whether you can guide and support the other team member, your decision making and problem solving skills, your confidence in handling tasks and challenges, your ability to motivate and coordinate with the team. We can answer this question. Have you ever taken a leadership role? Let's try to understand with the example. Yes, I have taken leadership responsibilities during my academic projects. In my final year project, I was responsible for coordinating with my team members and ensuring that the work was completed on time. I divided the complete task on each member's strength, tracked progress of the project, and helped to resolve the issues whenever challenge comes up. Through this experience, I learned that good leadership is not only about giving the instructions, but also about listening, supporting the team, and working together to achieve a common goal within the organization or assigned task. Let's discuss the tips before addressing this question. Have you ever taken a leadership role? So here we can use the STAR method. STAR means S stand for situation, T for task, A for action, R for result. Always discuss what was the activity, project, task, what responsibility did you take, action, how did you lead or support the team, and in the last, always mention what we have achieved or improved. Now, avoid mentioning like, have you ever taken a leadership role? Avoid mentioning this during the interview, saying I have never led anyone without explaining any other experience. Claiming you managed a large team if you did not, taking all credit for a group achievement. Describing leadership as only giving instructions. Question number 14. Describe yourself in three words. Why interviewer wants to know. Let's discuss. Have you see yourself professionally? Whether your personality matches with the open role within the organization and the company culture. Your level of self-awareness, which qualities you consider your strongest, and let's discuss for freshers too. Choose the word that affect or reflect your attitude, learning ability and workplace behavior. Always explain your words with short examples. Here the freshers can answer for this. I would describe myself as people oriented, organization and a quick learner. So here we need to support with example also. So here the particular candidate can mention I am people oriented because I enjoy interacting with different people and understanding their perspective, which is important in HR and recruitment or any role. I am organized because requirement involves managing multiple tasks, follow-ups and deadlines. I am quick learner because I enjoy learning new process and improving my skill. I believe this quality will help me to build a successful career in field of HR and other too. Now that there are few tips before addressing, describe yourself in three words. So choose a word that are belongs to you, that are relevant to you, that are relevant to the job, true about your personality, and avoid mentioning during the interview to describe yourself in three words like good, smart, talented. I am perfect, I am excellent, I am best. Add a short explanation for each word. Keep your answer in 1 minute. Question number 15. What are your hobbies and interests? Why interviewer wants to know this? Let's discuss. Your personality beyond your education and skills. How you spend your free time and maintain work-life balance. Your communication skills and confidence. Whether your interest reflects positive qualities relevant to the workplace, possible common interest that help building a connection during the interviews. Freshers can answer what are your hobbies and interests in below format. My hobbies include interacting with people, reading about human behavior and career development, and staying updated on industry trend. I also enjoyed activities that improve my communication skills such as discussion and presentation. This interest helps me understand the people better, improve my listening skill and develop qualities that are useful in HR and recruitment. Let's discuss tips before addressing this question. What are your hobbies and interests? Choose your hobbies that shows positive quality, reading and learning attitude, supports and teamwork and discipline, volunteering, responsibility and empathy, learning new skills, growth mindset, and music and art shows the creativity of the employee. Now, avoid mentioning during the interview for the questions like what is or what are your hobbies and interests. I don't have any hobbies. I just watch movies and use social media. Useless. You can explain it unless you can explain it positively. Mentioning fake hobbies to impress the interviewer, because interviewer can put up the questions depending upon your hobbies. Like suppose someone is mentioning the cricket match or football match, so interviewer can put the questions from there, and if you are not able to answer those questions, it will give the negative remark. 16th question: what technical skills do you have? Why interviewer ask this? Whether your skill matches the requirement of the job, how much practical knowledge you have beyond your degree or the education qualification, your ability to use tools, software, or techniques needed for the open role, and your willingness to learn and improve your skills. Here, the answers can be like: as a fresher, I have developed technical skills related to my field through my academic studies and project. I have knowledge of, you can mention the multiple skills like recruitment portals, any of the programming languages per the open role, and have applied these skills during my final year's project too and the assignments. Along with this technical knowledge, I focus on improving my problem solving ability and learning new technologies. I am also open to learning new tools and processes required for this role. Now let's discuss the topic to address this question. Technical skills do you have? So explain where you used these skills like projects, internship, courses, and practice work. So let's discuss 17th question. Which programming language or tools you are comfortable with? Here, why interviewer asked this question? Your technical knowledge and practical skills he wants to know. Whether your skills aligned and match with the job requirements or not. Your ability to apply programming concept in real situation. Your learning ability and interest in the technology. How confidently you can explain the tools you have used during your project, assignment, or exposure. So here you can answer these questions: which programming language or tools you are comfortable with. So let's try to understand. During my final year project, I worked with a Python and MySQL. I used Python for developing the application logic and MySQL for storing and managing data. I also used Visual Studio Code as my development environment. This project helped me improve my coding skills, debugging abilities, and understanding of how software solutions are developed in practical environments. Let's discuss tips to address this question: which programming language or tools you are comfortable with. Mention only those language and tools that you can explain. Start with your strongest skills. Now let's understand what not to say during the interview or avoid while answering this type of questions. Listening many technology just to impress the interviewer. Mentioning tools you have never used, saying I know everything, giving only a list without explaining your experience. Now question 18th. How do you prioritize your work? Why interviewer ask this question? Because it helps interviewer to understand your time management skills, your ability to organize and handle the multiple tasks, how you decide what is important and urgent, whether you can meet deadline effectively or not, your approach to managing workload in a professional environment. So, how to answer this question? How do you prioritize your work? Let's discuss. I prioritize my work by planning my tasks, setting priorities, and focusing on deadline. I first complete urgent and important tasks, then move to the other activities during my college project. This approach helped me manage multiple responsibility and complete my work on time. So let's discuss the tips before addressing or how to address the questions like how do you prioritize your work? Explain your process, not just say I manage time well. Give a real example so that you can do within the time. Avoid mentioning during the interview for question how do you prioritize your work like I do everything at least at the last minute. I handle as they came without planning. Saying only I am good at time management without an example. Giving an unrealistic answers. Question 19. Tell me about a time you failed. Why interviewer asked this question? Let's discuss. Your ability to accept mistake and take responsibility. How you learn from failure and improve yourself for future. Your problem solving approach after facing difficulties. Your resilience and attitude towards challenge. Whether you can turn setback into learning opportunity. So here, how to answer this question? Tell me about a time you failed. So we can answer like during my final year project, I initially underestimated the time required for completing my assignment task, which caused some delay in the project progress. I realized that I need to improve my planning and time management skills. I discussed the issue with my team, created a proper schedule, and started tracking my daily progress. We were able to complete the project successfully within the revised timeline. This experience taught me the importance of realistic planning, communication, and taking responsibility for my work. Now let's understand the tips before addressing this question. Tell me about a time you failed. Always choose a real but manageable failure. Focus more on what you learned, how you improved, what changed after that. So qualities like accountability, self-improvement and problem solving with adaptability. Always avoid mentioning during the interview for question, tell me about a time you failed. Like, I have never failed. Blaming other for your failure. Choosing a failure that questions your basic ability or honesty. Giving a story where there was no learning. Why are your academic scores not good or low? Why interviewer wants to know this? Your attitude towards your academic performance, whether you take responsibility for your result, your learning ability and improvement mindset, how you handle challenges and setbacks, whether your skills and potential go beyond marks. We can answer these questions. Why are your academic scores good or low? My academic scores are average because during some semester I was balancing academics with other responsibilities such as project and skills development activities. However, I learned the importance of better planning and prioritization. I focused on improving my practical skills, worked on project and continuously developed my skills. I believe my overall learning and skills are better reflection of my abilities. Tips to address this question. Why are your academic scores good or low? Be honest. Don't not make excuses. Take ownership of your performance. Focus on improvement and learning. Highlight skills gained outside the academics and plans can mention those. Avoid mentioning like blaming teachers, college, or circumstances. Saying marks do not matter at all. Sound defensive. Giving a long explanation about your personal issues. Let's discuss question number one. Are you willing to relocate or work in shift? Why interviewer asked this question? Here interviewer wants to know your flexibility and adaptability. whether you can meet the company operational requirement or not, your availability and commitment to the role, how prepared you are for workplace changes in future if needed. Here you can answer for this question, are you willing to relocate or work in shift? Like, yes, I am comfortable working in the shift and open to the relocate if required by the organization. I do understand that some role requires flexibility to support business operations. I am willing to adjust my schedule and ensure that my work responsibilities are completed effectively within the given time. Now let's discuss tips before addressing these questions. Are you willing to relocate or work in the shift? Be honest about your availability. Show a positive and flexible attitude. Connect flexibility with learning and career growth. Avoid sounding unwilling or negative. Always avoid mentioning for the question, are you willing to relocate or work in shift? Like, I can only work only in my city unless you have a valid reason. I cannot work in shift at all if the job required shift. I will decide after getting selected, giving a hesitate or uncertain response. Let's discuss question number 22. What do you know about our company? Why interviewer check this? Let's discuss. Whether you have researched the company before the interview, your interest in the organization and the role. It also shows whether your career goal align with the company's work or not. Here you can answer. I understand that your company is growing organization that focuses on delivering quality services and building a strong team. I learned that the company values innovations, teamwork, and employee development. Since I am starting my career in HR and recruitment or any field, I am interested in joining the organization where I can learn recruitment practices, work with different team and contribute my helping the company finding the right talents. Tips before addressing this question, what do you know about our company? Always research before attending the interview. Connect your skills with the company role or the company requirement. Always avoid mentioning in this question, what do you know about our company? Like, I don't know much about your company. Only saying it is a famous company, giving incorrect information. Now let's discuss question number 22. Do you have any question for us? Why interviewer wants to know? Here it shows your interest and seriousness about the role, whether you are curious about and willing to learn, how much you have thought about your career and the opportunity, whether you want to understand the company team and the expectation. This question is usually asked at the end of the interview. Saying no, I don't have any question is acceptable. But asking a thoughtful question that create a better impression. How to answer these questions? Yes, I have few questions. First, I would like to know what the key responsibility of this role during the initial months. Also, I would like to understand what skills or quality you look for successful candidate for this position. Finally, I also would like to know about the learning and growth opportunity available for freshers within the organization. Let's also discuss tips to address this question. Do you have any question for us? Here, the candidate can use these tips like preparing two to three questions before attending the interview. Ask the questions like which shows curiosity and enthusiasm. Listen carefully during the interview. Avoid asking the question or something that already explained by the interviewer. Now we also need to avoid mentioning during interview for the question, do you have any questions for us, like how much salary will I get unless the interviewer brings it up, how many holidays do I get, how soon I can get promoted. Questions easily answered on the company website. The things, the details which is available on website should be get avoided asking during the interview from the interviewer. Now the next question 23. What salary do you expect? Why interviewer is asking. Here the interviewer asks from the candidate to know whether your expectations is matching with the company's budget or not. Your understanding of your market value and the role, how you approach professional discussions, whether your main focus is growth and learning or just you are looking for the compensation. Now, how we can answer this question? As a fresher, my primary focus is to get an opportunity where I can learn, develop my skills, and contribute to the organization. I am open to a salary package that is in the line within the company standard or company budget for this role and my skills. I believe the right opportunity for growth and learning is most important at this stage of my career. Let's discuss the tips before addressing this question. What is your salary expectations? It's always recommended and requested the candidate they do some research. The candidate need to show the flexibility, especially as a fresher. Always focus on the benefits and the new learning and what contributions you can make within the organization. Always avoid mentioning during the interview for the question what salary do you expect, like anything is fine, I'm comfortable with any salary, can sound like you have no expectations. I need a high salary because I have expenses or family commitment. I will accept whatever you give me or the company offers me. Giving an unrealistic salary expectations or asking for benefits. Thank you for watching my video. Hope you liked and it may help you to get or grab new opportunity. So I will request you here to kindly subscribe my channel, like, share and also please comment if I need to cover any question or I missed any questions. We'll connect in next video and try to cover and discuss on that particular topic and questions too in future. Thank you for watching my video. Learn and end. Bye bye. Take care.